Forex analysis. My name is Julian Sanderson, for those that don't know me, and I will be going over some charts and pairs for this week of the week of June 18th to the 23rd. And before we actually get started, I just want to put a quick disclaimer that I'm not responsible for any profits, gains, or losses. And with this being said, let's jump into the market and trades. And we're going to start off with Euro USD, and we're going to start off on the 4-hour chart. And as you see, what the market is actually testing right now is a nice counter measuring point at this area. And what we're just looking for this week is probably a push down to that 114 zone, which is right here. And as soon as we get to that point, that measuring point, that support level, as you see looking left, is that we're going to probably see some bullish evidence into that area. We probably see a continuation upward to these highs looking left, or a continuation higher. Jumping down to the 1 hour, what I'm just really looking for this week is probably a consolidation until we see some news that coming on later on this week, and probably see a break above or probably a break below in this area. And that will be it for Euro USD. Going on to USD Swiss, we are looking on the 4-hour chart, and what we're looking for this week is that 97 zone. And what we're looking for the market to do is for it to come up and test up that 97 zone, which is right here. As you see that it hold up as resistance in the past and the support. So it's a great measuring point to really look for. And as soon as the market actually comes up and test that area, is that we're looking for bearish evidence and probably see a push down to that 96 zone right here, as it hold up as a great support and resistance area as well. Next up we have is Aud USD on a daily chart, and what we're looking for is for the market to continue to the 77 zone, which is a major resistance zone. And as soon as the market comes up to that area, is that we're looking for bearish evidence into that area, and probably see a push down all the way down to these highs right here, or all the way down to that 74 zone. Looking, as you see, that it holds up as a great support and resistance in the past as well. Next up we have is British Pound USD. We're on a 4-hour chart, and what we're just looking for this week is a test up to that 128 zone, as it hold up is a very great area to look for. And what we're looking for this week is as soon as we get to that push up to that area, we're looking for bearish evidence, and we want to probably see continuation downward to these lows right here, or probably all the way down to that 126 zone. Next up we have is British Pound JPY, and what we're looking for this week on this pair is a test to that 111 zone 45 right here. And as soon as we get to that area, we're looking for bearish evidence. It probably push all the way down to these lows right here, looking left, or all the way to that 108 zone. Next we have is New Zealand USD, and we're on a 4-hour chart. We're on a 4-hour chart. What we're looking for this week is a continuation up and a test to that 173 zone, that 73.13 zone, sorry. And because the reason why I'm highlighting that is that it hold up as a great resistance in the past. And jumping back down to that 4-hour, is that we're looking for a double top actually. So looking for the market to come up and retest that area, that 73 zone, and probably form a nice double top, and probably see a push down to that 72 zone right here as another point, and also probably push all the way down to that 68 zone. Next up we have is gold, and we're on a 4-hour chart, and what I'm pointing out is the 1254 zone, which hold up as a great area to really look for bullish evidence. But this market, I mean, this pair, it can actually go either way because it's actually consolidating right now. But we're just looking for a bullish evidence and probably see a continuation up to these lows. Give me a second. To these lows right here, looking left, or these highs, or probably see a continuation up to these high right here, or all the way up to that 1292 zone. But if the market actually come down and break out of this zone, we have this 12-15 zone to really look for as well if it actually break below this and continue downward on a downtrend. Next up we have is Aud Cad, and we're on a daily chart. What we look for this week is for the market to come back and retest that 99 zone. And as soon as we get to that zone, we're just looking for bullish evidence into that area. And as soon as we get that bullish evidence, probably want to see a continuation upward to these highs right here, or all the way up to this major resistance area, which is right here on that 103 zone. Next up we have is Euro New Zealand, and we're on the daily chart. And the one area to really look for this week is this 154 zone, as it hold up as a support and resistance in the past, looking left. But we also have like this gap that's right here that is still not filled. So it's either two, that this pair could actually come down and refill that gap, a continuation upward and come up to this 156 zone, which is right here. And what we just look for is the market to come up to that 156 zone and get some bearish evidence, and probably see a continuation on this abrupt downtrend that we have here. Next up we have is Euro Swiss, and we're on a daily chart, and we're just looking for a retest on that 108 zone and get some bullish evidence. Go straight to that bullish evidence and probably see a push up to that pullback high, or all the way up to that 108, 109 zone right here, which is a very strong resistance in the past. Next up we have is British pounds, Euro British pound, and what we're looking for on the daily chart, or probably jump down to the 4 hour, is that we are looking for bearish evidence at the 87.71 zone, which is right here. As you see in the Nova's past, that we have a pattern right here. We have the head and shoulders pattern, and right now is really coming back up to that neckline, and we're seeing the market kind of retesting that area again. So as soon as that market retests that area, we're just looking for bearish evidence and really coming down to that support level on that 4 hour, or probably a continuation all the way down, coming down to that 84 or 83 zone. Next up we have is British pound JPY, and we run a daily chart, and we're looking for this week is a test to that 143 zone, which is right here. And as soon as we get to that zone, we're looking for bearish evidence into that area. Go straight to that bearish evidence. Want to see a continuation downward on this downtrend that we have here, and probably come all the way down to that 138 zone, which is right here, that hold up as a great support area in numerous times in the past. Next up we have is British pound AUD. We're on a daily chart, and the market is actually really close to testing this 167 zone again. So what we're just looking for this week is a market to come down, test that zone, and get some bullish evidence into that area. So we get that bullish evidence, we're going to probably see a pullback, and for this market to really kind of pull back to that 171 zone, which is right here. And as soon as the market comes up to here, that we get some bearish evidence and probably see a continuation downward on the downtrend that we have. All right. So next up we have is British pound Swiss, which I have my Fibonacci retracement on. And what I'm looking for this week is since the market is kind of in a pullback state, is that 38.2% retracement, which is around this high right here, and see some bearish evidence in this area, and probably see a continuation down to that 122, or that 50% retracement, which is that 126 zone, which is right here, and go straight from there and probably see some bearish evidence and come down to that high, to this high right here, or probably all the way potentially lower to that 122 zone, which is right there. Next up we have is British Pound to Zealand, and we're on a daily chart, and what I'm looking for is the market to come down to that 174 zone, which is right here. And as soon as the market tests that zone, as it hold up as a great support area, want to get some bullish evidence, and probably see for this market to actually pull back, do some correction to that 178 zone. And as soon as you get to that 178 zone, just looking for bearish evidence, and you probably see a continuation downward on this nice abrupt downtrend that we have here. Next up we have is US CAD. We on a daily chart, and as you see that we have a perfect uptrend channel. As you see, it kind of consolidate a lot in this channel, and we may see a break out of this channel. As you see that we have on price action a nice pin bar, and we also have a bearish engulfing. So we may see a breakout for a little bit and really test out this 131 zone, which is right here. And as soon as we get that test to that 131 zone, which is looking for bullish evidence, and probably see a test to that trend line, that recent breakout of the trend line, and probably see a continuation either upward, or probably see what the markets actually may do for this week. Next up we have is oil, and we're on the daily chart, and it's really coming up, coming down to that 43-42 zone. What we're looking for this week is bullish evidence at that 43 zone, and as soon as we get to that 43 zone, get that bullish evidence, probably see a continuation to that 47 zone, which is right here, and go to that 47 zone, probably see that bearish evidence, and then see a continuation downward to that 43 zone again. And last we have is CAD Swiss, and we're on a daily chart, and what we're looking for this week is what the market is actually testing right now, and it's the 73.46 zone. And as soon as we get that bearish evidence into that area, we're just looking for a push down to these lows looking left, or probably lower, or potentially even lower in this market. So alright guys, so that is it for me, and that is it for my analysis for this week. I highly appreciate anyone that actually jumping on to really catch this analysis, and I do this every Sunday. Like I said, my name is Julian Sanderson for those that don't know me, and if anyone is actually interested in learning how to trade and have your money work for you, you can actually come and visit my site, and that will be juliansanderson.com, and all you have to do is click on learn, and I have some information that you can actually go over to learn how to get started trading, and you can actually trade with me and a couple of experts, and just really help you with your financial education on how to trade. So alright guys, I hope everyone have a very great trading week, and I will see you next Sunday or the next Forex analysis. Alright, peace out everyone.